can't we just get out the door? I don't understand why my kids can't just get ready on time. It's not that hard. Can we just get out the door, be on time without all the drama? Have you ever experienced anything like this with your kids?
Oh, no, especially if you are very interested in conscious parenting, and our business is called The Awakened Parent. So you've read all the books about doing it more peacefully and more calmly, and you're still experiencing, expecting a different result. So what do you do in this situation? And I've definitely experienced getting really angry with my kids when there was a time pressure in the past. But what helped me immensely was to really try and go back to big picture thinking. Yes, you've got to have a lot more patience, and yes, it's going to take time. But in the end, what I really wanted for my children to develop was a really strong sense of self, a really strong sense of their own emotional intelligence, and just be guided by their own inner guidance and get good at doing that in life. So I go back to understanding that. And so then once I kind of went to that big picture thinking, I could go, really, is being 10 minutes late, is it really going to matter? In the whole scheme of things, if I take a bit of time now to stop, to listen, to hear what my children are saying, and to understand them, and to really see what's going on for them, will things change when you do that?
They will change, and it may seem like such a challenge in the beginning because it does take longer. But if you can pause and tune into your child in that moment, and when they're younger, it will get easier and easier and easier. And as they develop more of a sense of self and their own emotional intelligence, as the years go on, parenting will become easier. And the teenage years that we hear so much about, they won't be, they'll be challenging, but they won't be. Imagine if you put in place this sort of recognition of them now in the early years, you will not have as many troubles in the future. Comes from personal experience.
So our expectations of who our children, what we expect them to understand in the moment, what we expect them to be doing in the moment, what we expect them to feel in the moment, and what we're really projecting onto them from our own annoyance with ourselves, putting pressure on ourselves, is not allowing us to really see them for who they truly are. And doing that over time is something that we believe that was what will cause the issues later on, because we know for myself that all of my waking up had to do with letting go of my own conditioning, and also like going to my own voice, going to my own feeling, going to who I really am as a person. That's all the self-development things that people do when they're adults, that's what it's all about. So maybe you'll be saving your child a lot of money on self-development. if you can start them when they're 2 or 3 and really they can learn how to have a voice and how to listen to themselves and listen to what's going on for you, and you're mirroring back to them what is going on for them.
Validating where they're at in the moment.
Yes.
And although I didn't know it at the time when I was in frustration, yelling, annoyed mode, now I can look back and recognise that really the number one reason I wasn't able to give that to my children is because I didn't believe that I had it myself as a child, and they didn't deserve it.
Yeah. And we often can fall into that trap a lot as parents. So I know I have. It's like, well, I didn't get it, so you're not getting it either. And it's a really hard place to like admit that, to admit to yourself that that's actually what you're doing. But I know I've done it. So if you have the courage to even admit that to yourself, that you might be kind of projecting even that onto your kids, then that's part of your own awakening too.
Absolutely. So we invite you to take that next challenging, annoying, frustrating moment as an opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks so much for being here with us, and we'll see you again next Wednesday from the glorious Mooloolaba Beach.